Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new guitar lesson tutorial video. Today's video is on Ed Sheeran's The A-Team, which was the last song that I covered on the channel. If you haven't seen it already, go and watch that first so that you know what the finished product should sound like before going in to learn it. There's no looping going on at all in this, it's just basic chord work. So capo on the first fret, first things first. That can be moved around if you want to transpose the song. If you're more comfortable singing in a different key, take the capo off if you want it to be dropped down by a semitone. I tend to play this either with the capo on the first or the second fret, depending on how the voice is. I've been having a few problems with my voice recently, so I've been dropping it down. But I used to always play it on the second fret, so depending on where you're more comfortable, you can move it around. And as I said, it's just basic chord work. So the first chord is going to be a G. I'm going to be naming the fret numbers in relation to the capo, as always. So obviously starting on the chord of G, where the first finger is on the second fret of the A string. It's actually the third fret on the guitar, but because the capo's there, I'm calling it the second fret. So I hope that makes sense. First finger, as I said, second fret A string. Second finger is third fret bottom E string. Third finger is third fret B string, and fourth finger is third fret top E string, so the chord of G. When Ed plays this, I did look into this, I think he uses his little finger there in the same place, third fret top E string. His third finger he puts on the third fret of the bottom E string, and then he uses his second finger on the second fret of the A string, so he's got that version of G, but then he can bounce to that. I think that's how Ed does it, but I've been playing the chord of G for 20 years that way. For me to play it like that, I've really got to concentrate, and I can't change to that chord quick enough. So to get a sort of similar thing going on, I play the G as I always would, but then I bounce to the proper C chord, so that you get that note, which is the first fret of the B string. So the first two chords are that G, as I said, just bouncing to the C. So what we're doing there is a couple of downstrokes, and then when we go to the C, it's an upstroke, but we're playing the strings open and then quickly bouncing, hammering on the chord of C. So you've got a... So I think you can probably see that I've got a camera down there, as I usually do. So yeah, that's the first sort of little bit, and it's quite important, I think, to include that note. As I said, it really does give it a nice ring. I don't always play it like that. Sometimes I just bounce my first and second fingers down a fret, so a string, sorry, not a fret. So you just get... As you can hear, you're sort of missing something there with that. That sounds a lot sort of more Ed Sheeran, if that makes sense. So anyway, yeah, after doing that for one rotation, then we're going down to an E minor chord. So we move from this G chord, we're moving the first finger up a string to the bottom E, and the second finger, we're moving it down to the second fret of the G string. And that's like a transition chord. I think it's a D with an F sharp bass, actually, because you've got that F sharp, so you're going from and then down to the E minor, which is just moving the first finger to the A string and the second finger to the D string. So from that, it's quite a straightforward move. So, and then we're going back to the C again, and back to the G. So the intro in its entirety should sound like this. And then that pattern is just repeated throughout the verse. So, white lips, pale face, breathing in the snowflakes, burnt lungs, sour taste. Lights gone, days end, struggling to pay rent, long night, strange men. And then for the, I suppose this is a pre-chorus, even though that this is the part where he mentions the song title, but yeah, I'd say it's pre-chorus. You could call it the chorus, but it makes the chorus very long. I keep hitting this mic stand, I hope you can't hear that. But yeah, so down to the pre-chorus is down to an A minor chord, which is played muting the bottom E with your thumb, and then your first finger is on the first fret of the B string, second finger is on the second fret of the D string, and the third finger is on the second fret of the G string. So, they say she's in the class 18. So we've got a similar sort of transition chord there. Literally all we're doing on the second chord after that A minor, we're moving the second finger up to that note there, which is a B. It's actually a C note, but in relation to the capo, it would be a B if the capo wasn't there. So literally just bouncing it up to the next string, and then that C chord again. And what I like to do in this song is add a few embellishments. One of my favourites is when you're playing the C chord, you can bounce your second finger on and off the string, so you get that sort of, gives it a little bit of a sort of twist. So obviously, as you can see, we're going to the G there, and then that transition chord again, back down to the E minor, but we're not actually going to the E minor, we're going back to the A minor again. So, they say she's in the class 18, stuck in a daydream, in this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries, they scream, words seem like I'm free to her. And then we're going back to the E minor as before, just under to the C, upper hand, or you could play the C properly like that if you want. I find it easy because I've got these fingers on here. I tend to just leave them there really. So you've got the just under the upper hand, come out for a couple grams. Just a lazy way of doing it really. Always leaving those fingers there. All of these chords can be played that way. So E minor to C to G, and that rundown chord again. Back. Wanna go outside tonight, and in a boat to fly to the motherland and sell off to another man. It's too cold outside, angels to fly. Again, that embellishment, it's exactly the same as playing the C that way. Just under the upper hand. The only difference is the embellishment's done with your first finger if you play it like that. But yeah, that's pretty much all the sections of the song, apart from the sort of middle 8 section. In the middle, obviously, was where it tends to be. Well done, Lee. So that comes after the second chorus. So under the upper hand, come out for a couple grams. It's too cold outside, angels to and instead of going to that E minor, this is the second time round, by the way, after the second chorus, not the first chorus. Instead of going to that E minor, we're going back to the A minor. So cold outside, for angels to fly, angel will die. Again, that run up to the C, covered in white, back to the E minor. Closed eyes and hoping for a better life. This time will fade out tonight. And then we're sliding that whole C chord up 2 frets, straight down the line, and then E minor, C, G, run down, straight down the line, E minor, C, G, run down chord, and then again we're going back to the A minor, Same chords as the first chorus. It's actually the pre-chorus, but sort of almost picked, not strummed really. They say she's in the class 18, stuck in a daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately. So when I do this, I don't really have any set pattern for it. I'm almost strumming, almost picking the notes out. So as I say, there's no sort of pattern that I follow at all. It's all just sort of improvised on the spot. It's never the same, really. So, yeah. They say she's in the class 18, stuck in a daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries. They scream, worst things in life come free to us, and we're all under the upper hand. That's something that I like to do there in that section, add that embellishment as I'm singing. It was quite difficult to sort of get around to playing that and singing at the same time when I first started doing it, but the more you do it, it just sort of gets easier. So, just under the upper hand, going mad for a couple rounds. We don't wanna go outside. So those chords are the same as when you're properly playing the pre-chorus and the chorus. So exactly the same again. Angels to fly, angels to die. And then that rundown chord, angel to, and then back to the G, die, and that's the end of the song. So that's all the parts. I mean, really, this song doesn't warrant a tutorial video, I've got to be honest, but someone did request it actually, so that's one of the reasons that I came in and did this song. I mean, it's a really nice one to play, and it's a good sort of campfire song if you have people round or whatever and you pick the guitar up and you start strumming through. Most people are going to know the words to it, or at least little bits of it, so it's a nice song to play just sat around if you've got a few mates around, as I said. So but really it is just playing it over and over again to get comfortable with the chord changes and stuff. I mean, obviously I don't know what level you're at with regards to playing, but it is literally just a case of just getting used to the chord changes, doing them quickly, the strumming patterns and stuff, which hopefully you've managed to pick up in this video. If you've got any questions, as I always say, get on the comments section below and ask away. I'm still looking into doing some live stream videos, so you'll be able to ask me questions as I'm doing the videos live. I've got to look into some software to be able to connect the camera and the audio equipment in to be able to do a live stream. I'm not sure how easy it is. But yeah, if anyone's got any tips on that, let me know in the comments as well. Some people have mentioned SparkoCam. If anyone knows about that software, let me know, and let me know if it's possible to hook up a Canon G7X Mark II to that, because if I can't, I've got to look into using a different camera. But obviously this video isn't about that. This video is about guitars and things. So thanks for watching. As I said, if you've got any comments, any questions or anything like that, get in the comments section. I'm getting asked quite a few questions recently, so I'll probably end up doing a bit of a Q&A video. If anyone's got any questions, you can get me on Twitter at TweedNelson. As I always say, it's probably there at the moment. Is it there? Yeah, I think so. But you can get me there as well, and all the other social networks. I'm rambling enough. That's pretty much all for this video. I don't think there's anything else to tell you about it. No, I think that's it. Thanks very much for watching. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. They say she's in the class 18, stuck in a daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastry.